Hey guys, mtgnoob here, bringing you round one of this AVR draft. This really isn't what our deck wants to do, but I'm not going to mulligan this. We have two 3-drops, and I think we're pretty aggro ourselves. So, if we get there, I will be more than happy. Okay, so we lay out a mountain. Now, if you're watching this, I am going to be trying my hardest to not only um, complain less, but play tighter. So even though our draft didn't go as well as we would have liked, I believe we have the possibility of trying to do good things here. Okay, so let's see what our best play is. If we play out the ringleader, we have a bunch of haste guys. He seems to be a little mana screwed. This guy isn't going to get haste ever, so I think it's important to just play him out first. And then pass. And then this, plus if he plays blockers, it's going to be bad news for him, I would say. So next turn, I'm probably going to play out the Mad Prophet. Especially since he didn't do much that turn. And then I'm going to try to go to attackers. Okay. Crippling chill. Okay, that's fine. So we'll bash in. Like I said, eventually we're going to try to mise with burn at the stake. Okay, that doesn't really matter much. Okay, so we'll get in with Fever and Cathar, and we'll make him not be able to block, even though he can't block anyway. The card we have to worry about most is probably Devastation Tide, because that will really set us back on this burn out the stake. But essentially, I would assume, is going to be dead to just burn at the stake here. I'd rather not show him burn at the stake. So we had a very good human draw here. Yep, okay, so let's go to our sideboard. And it seems like he's mono blue, but probably, excuse me, I would think blue, maybe white, because he played Avacyn's thing to draw a card when he, gains 5 when he controls an angel. I don't think we could really bring anything. I don't think, Wild Defiance doesn't really stop things that tap things down or bounce. Natural End didn't seem necessary at that moment. Layer Delve, seems okay. I think we're good at the moment. I think our opponent just had a very crappy game there. Let's see if we can do well in this next game and have a pretty sweet draw like that, because we drew all gas. Okay, I think this is okay. His deck seems a little slow, but we essentially have 2 cards that we can't cast. But with Mad Prophet, we should be able to get there eventually. If we gotta dig and dig and dig. I like this guy a lot. Feverent Cathar. Alright, so he is white. Okay, so he gains 3. So now we got more work cut out for ourselves, which is fine. We're going to take a little bit of the beat down. We did draw land. We didn't draw the land we wanted, but we still drew a land, which is good. Okay, we take 1. See if he has a follow-up play. Okay, he does. So he's actually the blue-white beatdown. That's good. I would assume we're going to block with this if we get a chance. since he's really just not that amazing. I don't think he's going to want to trade here. Okay, we'll take the 1. And we'll see what this is. Maybe. Ooh, that's actually very good. That makes a lot of his guys much better than our guys. Okay, so we can essentially bash in with this. Okay, and keep our guys back. I don't think that that's very good. He's got 3 cards, so let's say he crippling chills one of our guys. Um, I don't think it's too amazing. I think we're just going to play a Cathar, say that this guy can't block, and let's see. Do we want to go and bash in with this? If we bash in with this and he crippling chills this, then he can't equip anyway. Yeah, I think we're okay to, this costs 2, 3. Yeah, I think we're okay to swing in for 2 here, and then trade off with probably that when he equips, if he does choose to equip. Next turn we're going to play the Malcontents unless we get the Mad Prophet. Okay, if he pops that now, it most likely means he's digging for land. Okay, he's probably going to swing for 1. Okay, he chooses not to, which is perfectly fine. This is actually good. We're both a little mana screwed. He might just chump here, so I'm actually just going to play this, and right now I'm going to pass because it does have flash, and it is actually a good trip. Maybe I should have swung in there, but I don't want to necessarily bounce that in. Okay. That's going to be a bit of an issue. Especially if that carries a trident. I mean, this will eventually even the score, but not great. Okay, we got to play the ranger here, I would assume. And we'll fetch ourselves up a mountain. We are going to be a little bit behind since his angel is going to grow wings and gain him 5 per turn. And that is not good at all. I could have possibly feinted an attack there, but I don't really want to do that. Okay, he's just swinging with the angel. I got nothing for that. So the angel's going to gain him 2. That means he's playing something better than equipping the angel, which is not good for us. Okay, he wanted to draw a card. If we end up with a land here, we're not too far behind. I think we go Mad Prophet here. I think we gotta dig for land. But what do I discard then? I guess the Tyrant? I mean, I would pair these. However, if I pair them, I'm not really doing much. I think I gotta think. Are we in a spot where we have to try to race? I think the answer is probably no. I think I Mad Prophet here and try to dig for land because we're going to be very behind soon if we don't get in for land. Let us discard the Tyrant first. Hopefully draw land. Okay, so we rip our land, which is good. I don't think he's going to block. I'm going to swing in with these 2 guys. But you know, he's gaining life. Maybe he chumps here. Okay, that's fine. That might have cost us a point of damage eventually, but we got to put up some pressure. So maybe I shouldn't have swung with that because we have the Malcontents. Okay, if I can Thunderous Wrath this, I'm very happy. Like, if that's his play, like, okay, you're beating me down for 8 this turn. Oh, jeez. Okay. I might not even be able to do the play I want. But he does have 2 cards in hand. That was probably the worst draw I could have had. Okay. Let's discard this and hope for a land. Okay, we get a land. We're gonna go to dead if we Thunderous Wrath this. Because this will just pick this up. So I guess what we're going to do is try to kill it during combat so he doesn't put it on. We can also see this dies to this, but the other 2 won't die. Yeah, you know what? We gotta unfortunately do this, and we will bond here. We're pretty much screwed if he has any sort of spell that taps things. I think I can get in for 1 pretty safely here. I mean, if he has any spells that tap things, we're done. And it looks like Quick Snap, Mist Raven. Yeah, okay. That's a good game. Okay, so this time around, we know he is blue-white flyers. He has some artifacts, so maybe this is a potential card. Let's put that in. And I think by doing that, I could probably cut one of these. Okay, I like everything else. I like this. I like our own trident. I think we're good. This doesn't seem amazing, to be perfectly honest, but I think it would be hard for him to deal with, although he has Crippling Chill and Mistveil Raven, so is there anything really better? This doesn't seem amazing. Most of his guys have at least 2 toughness. Maybe we want this. No, I think we're good like this. Let's run this and see how it goes. Trying to figure out the best potential combination. That game, we both got a little mana screwed, and he ended up a little bit ahead because he had flyers, and I had a bunch of ground guys. I think I made a few minor mistakes, so if you saw anything, please, by all means, point it out and let me know what you would have possibly done differently. Our green really hasn't showed up as much. Like, these Nettle Swines are pretty good, even against the 2/4 Seraph, because we're, can bash through it. The Seraph is probably the card that's hardest for us to deal with. Maybe I want Terrifying Presence. I don't know, I kind of like that card, but I don't. The only other card I would possibly want to cut is another Scalding Devil, but I'm not gonna do that. I think that was a risky keep with both Thunderous Wrath and Tyrant of Discord in hand early game. And that play could have tried to just cast Thunderous Wrath on his Angel, and then he would have got in for 8, and I would have been tapped out. So that wouldn't have been very good. Okay, we'll see what he decides on. Going to game 3. I'm actually singing in my head. I know not big fans of the singing, so I did it in my head for you. How about that? See, I listen to the comments. Okay, yep, we'll keep this. No sense in mulling a perfectly reasonable start. We swing for 3 on turn 3 after we play Borderland Ranger, fetching up probably a green source. Turn 4, play our Nettle Swine. Turn 5, maybe pair them. See how it turns out. So he's waiting. I don't know what he's waiting for. He's deciding on if he wants to take a mulligan or not, I assume. And we will say, hey, what are you doing, bro? Come on. We should change our background while we wait. See if there's anything else. Yeah, we haven't seen. Oh, that's nice. See what our playmat is. A lot of options nowadays. Nah, I don't really like that. I know at this point I've seen them. Alright, let's go with the forest and let's see what our avatar should be. Yeah, alright, let's do this. Oh, still waiting. Oh, he's got the Ravager of the Fells icon. I guess you can't do it mid-game. Maybe we timed out. I don't think so. Okay. Really don't feel like ruining the video and having to side off and sign back on. Guess we'll give it a few more minutes. As you can see in the bottom right, which you can't see, but on my computer I did not lose internet connection, and yes, my internet is called Hello Kitty 1. How about that? But that's something you don't hear every day. Alright, well, I'll take this time to just gossip about what's going on with the channel. Trying to, once again, be in the process of acquiring players that are better than myself to make the channel better. So I've got some stuff in the works. Probably going to bring somebody in for drafting. And hopefully he's actually pretty good. I know him in real life. I've played with him. He's a very logical and good player. Gonna do that and see about some people for modern. If at any point you decide that you feel like you would be good for this type of thing and you want to join up with me, let me know. The pay is terrible since I'm basically making no money at this point, but you know, you never know about what the future holds. Alright, at this point I have to assume one of us is sitting here looking at each other like, what's going on? So I'm going to be the bigger man, and I'm going to exit, and now you'll see a bunch of stuff. Okay, so it did look like stuff was happening where we were logging off, and I have a lot to do this week. Some other stuff. There's my messy desktop. There's Avacyn. She's pretty cool. I guess we'll restart the party shortly. Look at that messy desktop. I know you're hating. You're just like, what is wrong with you? Be organized. And if you watch my video where for some reason it just ended after 4 minutes recently, I believe it was my round 2 or my round 3 of my second sealed pool, that's probably why. The video somewhere here, I gotta find it, but I don't know why it just shut off after 4 minutes. Okay, of course this is taking 800 minutes to do and load, but you know, you can, I'll put, I guess, where you should speed ahead to if you don't want to hear me babbling. Hoping it's not me, but might be me. We do have a lot of time in our round left, so I don't think that had too much of an effect other than annoyance. Look at that. Look at that wolf here, Silverheart. Okay. Yep, so apparently we weren't screwed by any means. It was him. So we will try to do things, but look at that. We changed our background. That was pretty sexy, right? Okay, we do have a 3-drop that cost green, double green. So if we draw it, we want to be able to play it. I'm going to be getting a forest now, unless I draw one, which I would hope I don't draw. Oh, look at that, a forest. Okay, we will play out Borderland Ranger, fetching up a mountain. Or should we fetch up a forest? You know, we only need 3 mountains, so I'm actually going to fetch up a forest. Okay, so we took a forest. And we'll swing for 3. Next turn, oh, well, this is dead, so that's kind of annoying. Next turn, oh, that's good for us. He's stuck on 2 land. Okay, well, we'll bash here. And we'll see if he has another Righteous Blow, which would be very bad. Oh, Jesus Christ, I fucking read his text. And then whatever, it lagged and it didn't click. Very frustrating, but I'm trying not to complain. Oh, now he's got his land. Yay us. Alright, well, hopefully we're not behind enough. We'll go to attackers. See if he crippling chills this. It's so Yep. Well, we won't fuck up this time. Excuse my language. In real life, that would never happen. The internet would never stall out on you. Okay, I think we are going to bind these 2 gentlemen. Because giving reach to a 4/3 is very good. Okay, it seems like, yep, he had mana problems, even though we ended up getting screwed over. Our next draws were insane. Alright, so, sorry I complained a little bit. That wasn't really at my opponent. I'm trying to have some fun. Be a good guy. Alright, I'll bring you round 2 shortly. Thanks for watching, as always. Please subscribe if you haven't, and check out my other videos. Thanks.